What's that word, family? Hey, man, check this out.
Two people are dead and several others injured after gunfire erupted at a Cedar Rapids nightclub. Now the search is on for whoever pulled the trigger. Cedar Rapids police are trying to find answers in a terrifying shooting that left 2 people dead and 10 others injured. Shots rang out just before bar closed Sunday at the Taboo nightclub and lounge. Nearly 150 people packed inside for a 90s themed party. Then tragedy struck.
Cedar Rapids police officers were outside the nightclub.
This is not who we are. This is not Cedar Rapids.
And the club's owner told the Cedar Rapids Gazette that the shooting is extremely disturbing. He said he is cooperating with police.
A man and a woman were killed after an unknown number of shooters fired between 1 and 2 dozen shots in the Taboo nightclub. As many as 150 people were inside the club when the shooting began. The Cedar Rapids Police Department said in a statement that the club was hosting a 90s theme party, according to posts on social media. Officers on routine patrol downtown at the time of the shooting were able to respond immediately because the cops were standing outside of the nightclub. Cedar Rapids Police Chief Wayne German told reporters in a news conference that officers were standing outside when people rushed out the goddamn door just before 1:30 a.m. So it was almost time to leave. I think that bar closes at 2 a.m. 911 was called. They started receiving hella calls. The man and a woman who were killed were found inside the club. However, the suspected shooter or shooters may have escaped the scene with the rush of the regular folks that ran out. So that's how he got away. They could not yet specify how many shooters it is or how many shooters it was at the nightclub that night. They were holding back the names of the people until the next of kin was notified that your loved ones ain't coming home no more. You know, a night of partying led to this. All right. So let me just break it down just a little bit, right? When we think of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, what do we think of? Most of us think of cattle and cornfields, right? Most of y'all think is nothing but cows and cornfields. But nah, man, niggas is dying left and right. I call Cedar Rapids, Iowa my second home because I chose to be there for a period of time until I got my mind right and decided my next move. It was never a place that I was going to stay in for a large amount of time, but you know how that goes. Shit happens. And I ended up staying there for an extended amount of time. So I do know what's going on a little bit in those Cedar Rapids streets. I visited Club Taboo. I only went there once, but I went. My friends was here from out of town. They decided to go to a nightclub that was the only black nightclub where, you know, the niggas was at. And that's what's going on. Where we got the niggas at is where we got the problems. You know, never in the day did I think 12 motherfuckers will get shot down up here. But, you know, you can expect that shit to happen in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. You can expect the shit to happen in Compton, California. You can expect the shit to happen in Chicago, Southside, Inglewood, the Roseland area. And that's what Cedar Rapids has become. Cedar Rapids, Iowa has become just another Chicago neighborhood. Now, when I came out here, I told you, if you listen to my show, I told you guys, when I moved out to Cedar Rapids, I moved out here in order to start a legitimate life. Because the street life, I wasn't going to make it at an older age in Chicago. The way bodies was dropping, you always had to keep it on you. So you always took penitentiary chances. So I came out to Iowa to figure out what my next move was going to be. I can go to Atlanta. I can go to Memphis. I can go, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky. I could do all of those things. But I chose to sit in the Midwest for a while. So I wouldn't be so far away from home, at least for a while, because this was my first move out of town. So I wouldn't be so far away from home. It'd take me a plane ticket to get back. So that's why I did that. Plus, I know that most Most of the time, if you mind your own goddamn business, you ain't gonna get into it with nobody. But trouble seems to find a trouble man like me everywhere the fuck I go. So trouble seems to find me. But that ain't the thing, man. The thing is, Cedar Rapids was a little bit more worse than I thought it was. It was a little bit more. Oh, so I do got to keep that pistol on me out here. I do got to watch who I talk to. I do got to watch who I hang with, right? And that's what I'm telling y'all, man. It ain't where you from, it's where you at. And apparently they got killers in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, that would do something like this in the middle of a nightclub. I don't know how many of those people were innocent victims, were just people that was trying to enjoy a night out, considering that they said it was a targeted hit. I don't know how many of those people were just innocent. Maybe all 12 of the people were the targets that they were trying to find. Well, what does this say, man? This says that black folks can't do nothing. Can't do shit, man. You open any venue for blacks, and this is bound to happen. I think that Taboo really is the only black venue in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So now what's going to happen? They're going to shut it down like they do all the rest of the clubs. Now niggas going to need someplace else to go, and they're going to find someplace else to go because people want money. They're going to find someplace else to go because people know that black folks come and they're going to spend their fucking cash. Now it might be a shooting like this, but black folks going to come and spend their cash. And what's going to happen to the club? Well, the nightclub, they might just change the name of the motherfucker, right? They might put it in somebody else's name. Another business partner, change the name of it, start off playing rock and roll music, right? But these niggas gonna have to find someplace else to go and hang out. And the same thing is gonna happen again, because now what's gonna happen? Retaliation is a must. So that's what's gonna happen next. A lot of retaliation. So the streets of Cedar Rapids, Iowa will be set on fire, and a lot of niggas can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth, because it's like Iowa, like I said, cattle and cornfields. But really, it's switches and snitches. Yeah, they say a lot of snitches come out to Iowa too and claim that they ran Chicago. But that might be the new nickname, switches and snitches. Unlike myself, it's a lot of cats that do come out to places in the Midwest and say, oh, I ran the whole Inglewood. I ran this. Lil Durk, my nephew. I used to smack that nigga around when he was a kid, lying their ass off. But they do it, man. But what do y'all think about this whole entire debacle right here, man? What do y'all think about this? Cedar Rapids, Iowa. It's a goddamn shame, ladies and gentlemen. This is not Chicago, right? What are the cops gonna do? Are they gonna start using tactics like stop and frisk? Fucking with niggas? Because of a few bad apples, as they would say if it was about them. A few bad apples, right? But tell me how y'all feel about this whole entire situation. Did you think some shit like this can happen in Iowa? Am I naive for thinking that y'all don't think it'll happen out here? You know, is Cedar Rapids trying to get a name nationally as far as gang banging? I just want to say this too also. Rest in peace to the people that lost their lives. The young man, Michael Valentine, I do believe I know him. I know his peoples. The young woman, I can't remember her name right now at this moment, but it's a goddamn shame that our people live like this, man. We got to do something. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, motherfuckers. We got to do something about this shit, man. It's time for us to be prosperous. Ain't it time for us to start getting our just due? Legitimately, the right way? Like Twister said, the legit ballers? Come on, y'all. We got to do better. Peace.